were talking about gardener's gloves, this does come.
Oh, those are the way mine are. Yep.
Yeah, mine are used, as you can tell. I
Yep,
do
yep.
use my tools. But what I like about these, they're latex free. But the kind that I've seen in the store, unfortunately, I've had them really loosen up on me. The knit really
Oh.
loosens up. And I don't like that feeling. I like something that is
Yeah.
just real tight. Because like I said, if you have, especially if you're working around, I don't know, somebody's chopping up wood or whatever, you've got a machine going, you don't want that thing yanking your hand into it. So keeping it tight's a really good idea.
Right.
And again, these are latex free, so if you have any allergies or anything, it shouldn't be a problem.
These are exactly, yeah, I use gloves like these all the time.
Right, okay, we'll get to the book in a minute, that's gonna be like my third section. Safety glasses, okay. I don't care if you're painting, doing your crafts or whatever, every now and then something's gonna fly loose. Okay, so it's a good idea to get some no fog, because obviously if you're breathing and it goes in fogs, yeah, you can't see your work and then you're in danger.
So
And
these
do
don't fog.
They're not so, I haven't had that problem. Now, I can't say that, you know, if you sat there and blew on them, you know, but they are anti-fog. And, okay, so.
Yeah, they do fog a little bit. Yeah, I had that trouble.
But just for a quick minute, yeah, and then it blows it off. But this does go over and it guards your eyes against anything that might be flying, and that's something that you want, because I found when I'm working on my scrolls, something will go fly loose and.
Insulation.
Oh,
insulation.
Well, that you got to wear a mask for too.
Well, that was a problem. I had a mask, I had goggles, and the mask and the goggles just weren't working together. They just were awful. Oh my God, it was awful.
Now
this, either I could breathe or see.
Here, did you want to look at this?
Yeah.
There you go. This is a little hacksaw, mini hacksaw. Okay, the handle is nice and light. It's heavy, it's metal, but it's also hollow, and so it doesn't make it extra heavy. You have your little finger press here, so, you know, just keep it balanced. And what I like about this one is most of them have a blade, and I've had them loosen up, which makes it really difficult to stop.
Yes, yeah.
You can undo the screw here, and you can see that it has 6 directions that it can go in. So let's say you've got a bolt here, maybe you're working in the bathroom and you don't have enough room to flip the saw on its side. What you can do is just change the direction of the blade. My basic goal here with anybody who's ever lost a partner is you've got to take control of what you have. I don't care if you if you didn't learn to cook, you have to learn to cook. If you didn't learn how to fix things and you got left with a place that needs fixing, and let's face it all, every place you live needs fixing. Every time you drive your car, it needs fixing. So this is just basically to teach people, whether you're a man or a woman just starting out or beginners, a little bit about basic tools, getting you comfortable with them, and letting you move forward with confidence to know that, you know, yeah, the whatever may fall apart, the heater, the window may break, but guess what? You can do it, or you can get the confidence to know what to do it. So I hope that made sense. It didn't.
Now, does this come with a coping saw? I mean a miter box.
No, I don't think we've.
You don't use a miter with,
I know I have a miter saw at home, but I don't.
Oh, you have a miter saw. Okay.
Well, I do that, but this one I've used with just the miter stuff. Now, I suppose we could pick up a miter box if that's what you need to go with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like
for angles.
For
when
angles.
I do angles, when I do, like, if I do I use a miter box because it just guides my saw. But that I usually use a coping saw, not this. But
I think you could actually fit a.
This would fit in
Somebody's
the miter
mentioned
box.
that a coping blade would fit well in that. That would be a good coping saw. My father-in-law, who's a carpenter,
Yeah. And I love the fact that they're lighter tools, because that's my biggest issue when I go.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's how heavy the tools are. I mean, I just.
Yeah, especially if you have anything, any shoulder issues or
I
any
do. I have
carpal tunnel or anything like that. You do have to be very careful. And we've had a lot of older gentlemen tell us that they now have to go to the lighter stuff too. Okay, so speaking of weight, I'm glad you brought that up. This is our smaller 8-ounce hammer. It's magnetic head. It's designed so that you don't have to hold something and smack. You put the nail in there, and then you whack it. And I brought the whack it board if you really want to do that.
Oh, they both have it, okay.
Yes, you have to make sure you put the nail right up tight against it before you whack it, otherwise it does go spiraling, but if it's right up tight, it holds it in there, and then without putting your finger, you just tap it.
Oh.
And that gets the first one in, and then you drive it in after that. This is 13 ounce, because we found that the 16-ounce hammers that a lot of the ladies, it was just that much too much, like if you were putting up a wall or something, you know, whatever it is, if you were doing a lot of hammering, it tended to wear on you, but the 13-ounce just about worked right, and of course, that was our original breast cancer donation.
Yeah.
And then you have the 8-ounce. This is mainly, I've had a child buy this, but it works
I
out
do
good for
too.
them, and it also works out good if you're doing the finishing nails, the smaller nails. So it's good to keep a couple of different size hammers around. And of course, you have the claw, you know, if you need to pull out a nail
Now,
or two.
this would start almost any nail, and then you could also,
This is a nice.
I like this one.
It's a nice
I see
size.
it. I are between the arthritis, shoulder, and everything,
Right.
I need a much lighter hammer.
So, well, yeah, and you also have to count, you know, if you do have those issues
Yeah.
such as arthritis.
And